Does anything else? Let's do that. Oh, this is good. Also, stock scanner really does take up like a majority of the goddamn screen. It just snatches up all the space. No. Trade, no. You always see fair price, but I'm broke. But work an extra shift. Go out some more. We try to do something, huh? It's fair price for I'm broke. Then get the money. And we're not gonna short the price because you can't afford it. That's what the card is worth. I don't know what else you want me to do. Wait a minute. Oh, because the box had book. Oh, sorry about that. Ask price, market price. No, you're trying to scalp the shit out of me. Wait, no, not that. This. We need 2 of these. Alright. I'm wondering if you guys can actually hear like the vacuum that's going off. Probably not. I'll give you 95 for it. Alright. Someone already snatched the box. God damn it, Barry. I feel like every NPC in this game just forgets the concept of personal space. Maybe that's just me, but I really do feel like they just don't give a shit. Toss it. I'll give you 20 bucks for it. We have a whole bunch of extra space, but not enough to actually, like, do a lot with it. 25k is fine. At the end of the day... Alright, let me try it again without the yawn to cut me off. By the end of the day, I have to reset the tables, because I feel like they're in rows, but I can't get enough space to make the next row. Not only that, but the next expansion is locked behind level 110. For the main store, I could push it all the way. I'm gonna buy 2 expansions. Ah. Yeah, it's a lot of extra space. Not sure. It's similar price range. I was gonna sell it anyways. Oh, someone took one of the three. 26k. Stop staining my face and 20k. We already have 2 of those. We get nothing out of that. Good price, but I'm broke. Again, do something about it. I don't mean to be that guy, but, you know. Get the fuck out of here. Do we have enough? No, we don't. The only thing is, I wish that the bulk donation box and the card box you set up to have them displayed didn't run on the same, like, because it looks like it runs on the same thing. What am I trying to say here? It looks like it runs off this. Oh, someone bought another card. So the only one they didn't buy was this last one. Magnolia. Which is the 26 grand card. 26,000. No one has bought that card yet. And this could be our next one. All right. 5,400. A bit low. What are you talking about? A bit low, brother. Stop trying to raise the fucking price. You got 5,400 that's finna hit your pocket. Like, why do you need to get greedy? Just accept what you accept. How many of these do we have? Not many. That's fine, that's fine. I am very glad I bought the scanner because I literally would not remember any of the shit that I have to get. Now we gotta start checking people out because most of my team went home. Oh! Alright. That's the last of the graded cards. 26k. Alright. I was just about to help him. No. Okay, you just bought everything. Okay. I'll give you 150 for it. Get out. This man wants $250 for a 150 card. Hi, Tox. How are you? Fucking face tracking is weird.
It's time to do.
What do I just open? Should I just open a pack in the game? Because I'm still filling up the box. Like, I haven't had time to actually, like, hit up shops and get more stuff for the actual box. Yes? Alright. We got one of these. $9.40 total. New card being a Katengo. I have to move all the stuff back because this gap in the middle of the fucking... No. There we go. There we go. There we go. Assuming there's no actual cards in this game. No, unless like you mod them in, because the copyright claims would be straight up violations. But yeah, there's none. They didn't want to have to fight for legal rights. And I don't blame them either. What is this? This one left. Shelf, there's 12. You can get some more for it. I didn't say any Magic the Gathering mods for it. There definitely are. Like, there most definitely are. I know a bunch of like games have been modded into this, but it's more than just porting like images. Because certain updates, I know this one I'm playing on is a newer update with the card storage and things of that sort. And I think this update came out earlier this week, I want to say. So already it's going to be a bit before we see any mods for it. What I do need to do is get some cards graded. That's a 5K card, 3K, 847. That's Tetramon. You need to go... I think everything else is alright. I don't think I can get much for you, but sure. We'll throw you in the pile. One ghost card, those usually go for a bit. 1,200 to get that graded. Is there actual card game mechanics, like to play against someone, either NPC or another player online? If I remember right, I think the devs said they were going to try to add that in a following update. They said they were going to try to add it later, but as of right now, no. Need to drink more so. Oh. Okay, another ghost. 124, 255, 65, 729, what? 279, 159, 223, 70, 126. That's not bad, but eh. Fuck. Got dust in my nose. Would be low-key kind of cool if they took the cards from this game and made an actual card game. Honestly, it would, but I don't know. Right now, the card game market is fucking... Everyone's making one, so... Eh. Oh, hey, my graded card showed up. 8 and 9. How much would this be? 4,600 and 1,600. All right. Yeah, come on in. I've gotten the store to the point where it pretty much runs itself. Like, basically my employees, like, I got them to automate the store. Holy delivery boxes. Yeah. They're gonna be out there for a bit, but just give it some time. Also, I hope you like the look of the de-stankifiers. They are here for a reason. I'm not joking. And I might have to buy more cleaner because we are almost out. Yeah, we probably need to buy more cleaner. Nope. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That is stankifiers. I can only imagine the laundry list of reasons why a card shop would need these. Dog, I shit you not. There were so many people. These go off at least 20 times a day. You think I'm exaggerating. I'm really not. 275. I'll give you that much. Yeah, you can pretty much see these guys run the store themselves. One dude on cashier, this guy moves boxes and sets the prices. That guy moves boxes. What else do you do? Oh, he restocks the shelves and the cards. So all these cards here, he's probably going to get to work pretty quick. Sure, we'll take that trade. Damn, already? We just got the graded cards. I see. Right, and I gotta fill this with... Yeah, $10. As CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, fire everyone and replace them with unpaid machine. That is cartoonishly evil. Damn, all y'all want these free cards. Shit. I give you market value for it. That's what Septo Kaiba would do. Kaiba is also the guy who literally built an entire fucking generation-defining machine just to go back in time and run it back against his rival that he felt sour about losing to. Kaiba would do a lot of things. I don't think we can call him very sensible. Especially since I'm not the guy who runs a multi-billion-dollar industry. Sure, we'll trade. All these free cards. Single one of y'all want to pay for them. Kevin invented fucking advanced hieroglyphic technology just to play our card game. A holographic, sorry. Yeah, that's Kaiba. There's not a single sensible thing that man did, but at the same time, it was so outlandish that you just kind of had to give it to him. It's absolutely fucking insane, but the insanity was impressive at a certain point. You really had to walk across me, like as I did that. Also, you guys probably have no idea how much I'm so glad they added like a box recycle. Or a place to put like empty boxes, because holy shit. Sometimes when you made bulk boxes, like you would have extras and you just couldn't put them anywhere. Now we actually have a box. Supercomputer just to rebuild the Millennium Puzzle so we could play a children's card game with some dead pharaoh. Seto fucking Kaiba. Eesh. I keep yawning. He's asking. I'll sell it to you for 100. It's going straight in the box. Yeah, just put that in there. What else could I get? We already got that empty box storage. Tony Stark of Yu-Gi-Oh! And all for the purpose of a card game. As someone on Spectrum, that man is 1000% on the Spectrum. There was never a doubt about it. There was never a single doubt about if Kaiba was on the Spectrum. We just didn't know which type of Spectrum. I'm gonna be real. We didn't know if that man had like autism or just sociopathic behavior. Turns out the answer was kind of both. Beat an old man's ass Beat an old man's ass just to have a rare card that his company makes for no other reason than so no one else can have it. For no other reason. Like, out of everything, come on, man. There was no reason. There was no actual reason. Like, there was no actual reason he should have done any of that. There was no fucking reason. Kaiba just was born on bad timing. Not even woke up. He was born there. Well, that his company makes after he bought the game from the creator. The man just wanted a reason to hurt people and call them broke. I swear. Like I know you're bored on a weekend, Kaiba, but for fuck's sake, man. Got some bad news. But like, yeah. I saw it. I don't think it will stay like that, but for now, yeah. Bullet Club in Japan it's gone. Why does me turning my head to the side just like make it think that I'm smiling? That means we need to think of a new team name, do we? Because I feel like we still use the Bullet Club mantle. The Sword Club, alright. So I feel like we'd still be able to use it. At least that's what I think. Well, that's because some people said to me that whenever they think of Bullet Club, they think of the real life one. Yeah. Fair. The Gamer Club. We all become biker. Alright. How the fuck did you get in? Stinking fucking. Both of those are loaded. No, get the fuck out. man's trying to trade a PSA 2 card for a fucking ghost. Need something that hits and something that is us. I mean, that's the thing about, like, that was the thing about the Bullet Club, like, name, though. It could honestly just be used for anybody. No. Can I help you, motherfucker? I swear, y'all get told no once and suddenly personal space is not a fucking concept. Holy mother, God, the person bought like 100 packs. Yeah. Just call ourselves war dogs? I mean... yeah, I guess. I'm like trying to think, because the thing is about like the Bullet Club name in the first place, it was something that you could legitimately work with. It didn't feel like you had to force it, but now it feels like trying to fill that void is not like trying to fill Bullet Club void, but more or less trying to like switch the name to something else that is just a through line. Like, I don't know what name could really fit that. Especially with how often we use like the Bullet Club logo. Now that I think about it, that whole thing's out the window. We could low-key just be our own splinter group of the Bullet Club. So like how the NWO had the Wolf Pack. I mean, that's what I always thought we were like trying to do, kind of. we weren't really under like the main group. It was more like we were just doing our own thing under the flag. Okay, well that's a $4,000 card. Then when we call ourselves, we can't be Bullet Club Gold. Bullet Club Platinum. All right, that's all right. One thing that we all like. How? Thing we all. I'm not sure if naming an entire like wrestling group after something anime related. Like, I don't know. Acromats. Welcome back. Yeah, we're pretty much just trying to see if there's something we can make work. Also, if we were to name it after an anime, like what anime are we naming it after? I feel like kind of. Do you think of Platinum? I mean, it's a name. Wouldn't be fully against it, but I don't know for like a group name. Like, Bullet Club Academia is crazy. I want you to know that. I want you to know right now. It's crazy. Bullet Club Academia. Alright, bud. Alright, brother. Alright, man. He's gonna slap me for that. Honestly, shit. I feel like it's understandable. I love you, oh my god. Oh my god. Bullet Club Academia. Alright, man. You'll probably get at least one person to laugh. Iron Kingdom? But in all seriousness, we probably need anime that everyone in the groups likes if we're gonna base it off that. Yeah. Just talking about defending the kingdom and iron sharpens iron. Hmm. Better not be someone calling me. Okay, it's not good. Bone Red Shirt came to spend stacks and buy all the cards. Damn. He's putting up the cards right now. He's just putting them all up for sale. Just waiting for him to finish. Because I'm gonna be honest, that took a long time when I did it before. I'm just kind of watching him go while I think about the name dilemma. Oh, he's an employee? I thought that was a customer now. Nah, he's an employee. Alright, I think he's done setting up all the cards. Did I pay my bills? No, 10k. Alright, all that's gone. But, I mean, Iron Kingdom is, it's an option. It's definitely an option. Not completely opposed to it. Whatever. What? What if we combine War Dogs and Bullet Club names and we called ourselves War Club? War Club. Mm-hmm.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Welcome in, Justin. How you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. Falcon, if you are still here, can you please give a shout out to Justin Reside? I feel like my frames are dying in this game, but I have no idea why. Thank you.
Could that be all? 1, 2, no, only a 2 count.
You don't know already, Justin Reside hosts his own eFed.
Extreme thought he had it.
Okay.
Block the kick.
Hosts his own eFed, VPW. Vulture Pro Wrestling.
Side kick. Oh, now the
I say go over, give him a very welcome follow. Meanwhile, Falcon is going to murder talks. Yeah, Justin, how was the stream tonight? What's the latest happenings? I remember recently you said you had to get almost 4 title matches to go down in the same night. So how did that go? Give you 145. That's good. That's good to hear. There you go.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, War Club doesn't sound like a bad name. I am leaning back to stretch in case someone's curious where the fuck I just went. Alright. Phantom no clipped into the back room so he could escape the name dilemma. Alright, I'm not... I know I avoid a lot of things, but I'm not that avoidant. Also, my frames really do just drop when I look at that side of the store. I think I have too much on the shelves for some reason. At least it feels like my frames drop. Never felt a stutter that hard in my life. Yeah. May say Iron Kingdom. For some reason, my only gripe with the name Iron Kingdom is just like, how do I describe it? It doesn't feel like a name. I don't know why, but it doesn't feel like a name for some reason. Like, I'm really not sure how else to describe it. So War Club. I'm not against War Club. I'm not. But I feel like we could... I feel like there was some other... Sorry, I had the yawn. We both know that wasn't a fucking yawn. I feel like there could be other names we could come up with. So there's a part of me that's like, is there anything else we can come up with? Like, maybe pushing a bit further, we can try to, like, I don't know, combine some of the ideas to form something new. Yeah, stream if you're not too tired. If you want to, I would love to discuss more names with you. Honestly, I'll let you know. Because I've been yawning like a motherfucker since getting home. I don't even think I did anything like that crazy, really. But for some reason, I just feel yeah. It's one of those days I feel tired for no reason. Bullet Kingdom? Yeah. That one still feels like it. That one just feels like it runs into the same issue. Because the main reason the name is being changed is just because a lot of people think of Bullet Club, like the actual real life group. Fucking send that sumbitch to the Shadow Realm, somebody. Thank you, Falcon. It's crazy switch up. My bad. The main reason the name was getting changed was because some people, when they heard it, they just thought of the real group. I feel like rebranding to Bullet Kingdom just wouldn't change much. I should have chosen better words than send him to the Shadow Realm, shouldn't I? Baka's over there pinning it, and then fucking Tox is trying to one-turn KO it. Cause weird, but I feel like with a group name, it's either maybe it's just me and my naming convention. I feel like it's either one name or word group or word club, word like something to show unity. So something like Iron Kingdom, it's like, all right, you have an object there, but you have kingdom, so I can see that. But then I think like Iron Kingdom, and I imagine like a group of like hardcore technicians. Something like the fucking American Made. The Armory. Is it weird to say that name makes me think of like... I feel like I'm putting too much like stake in the name having to give an idea of the group. I feel like that's kind of the problem I'm running into, but it also feels like that's just kind of that's how group names are supposed to be. Like, you hear a group name, you see a group, and it's supposed to be like, okay, that fits. Bullet Club was kind of a universal umbrella of like a name because it was just a club. It's a club of people. And Bullet Club was always just renowned for being like, yeah, the outsiders. The just literally the outsiders. It's just whoever the hell wanted to be a part of it was a part of it, and they just rocked with the group. So when it came to like using that name, literally anybody could have been a member of Bullet Club, and the name wouldn't have felt odd. If that makes sense. Like, the fact that it used the word club probably helped, but it felt more like a universal. When like I sit down and I think like something like the Armory, or like, I don't know. Like, it feels like it's there, but I don't know. I like look at the entire group and my brain just thinks, all right, there's a group of people. Like, you got Falcon, how would you describe like Bradley Ralph? More of a high flyer, a striker, a technician, like... Hybrid high flyer technician. Moving around so much. Yeah, when it comes to like that, it feels something like Iron Kingdom feels like what the Death Riders could have been called. Like, very like technical base group, instead of just like, this is a group of members who just do all different things and came together to just kick ass. To be honest, I feel like the name Bullet Club would still work, since I know a lot of people still like NWO. Yeah. It's just more or less the idea of like, I'm imagining a group name that feels like an another umbrella. So like the first thing that comes to mind is groups like, hell, funny enough, groups like Suzuki Goon, or I guess Suzuki Gun, technically, that's what their name was. But it was just a gang of people under Suzuki. That was the whole name. That was the whole idea. Like, you heard Suzuki Gun, or Suzuki Goons, I guess. And, like, every combination of member that came out was just like, alright, they're all under Suzuki. That makes sense. Like, no one feels like they wouldn't fit the name. Like, groups like Chaos is literally just a bunch of people together. Even though they kind of strayed away from, like, the original name, because they were supposed to be... Chaos was supposed to be, like, a heel group that ended up just being really big, because fucking big old Nakamura pulled up and just just whipped shit up. And everybody else was just like, well, fuck it. How are people supposed to hate us when we have, like, Japanese Michael Jackson over here pro wrestling? Like, I don't think we get many people to hate us, so fuck it, you know? I think it's just a matter of, like, the name having to... I don't know. It kind of falls in its own, like, wheel. War Dragons? Yeah. I swear I hate putting the emotions on this character, because like sometimes I make a face that's like I have a set of like distinct reactions that the model can't copy, so it tries to just flip whatever emotion it feels like putting. Like right now my mouth is just a little bit open while I'm like looking off to the side, more contemplative, and it thinks I'm smiling for some reason. Something like that is annoying. War Dragons? Yeah. The Mafia. We're definitely not the Mafia. I can say that much for sure. You haven't beaten the hell out of anybody for protection money yet. Keyword on yet. No more slots. I should have never sent none of these cards in. These are all ass. I don't know. Division, Breakpoint, Syndicate. We just buy Casino Face, then beat the shit out of anyone who starts getting a little too lucky. Fucking hell. Smashing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think, like, what would... I'm just, like, trying to think, like, what would be a name that would actually make sense? Especially with like all the antics from before. Hmm. Rage just fucking screaming. Andrew watched Raw and SmackDown one night, then all of a sudden there's a segment like someone playing blackjack backstage and they're just getting fucking jumped by an entire faction. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like they had something like that on TNA. I feel like they had something like that on TNA when it was still Impact.
You what?
I swear there was like a segment on Impact before it like went back to being TNA. There was some fucking segment like that. I swear there was. I can't remember the name off the top of my mind, but I swear there was like a segment. Aces and eights, I think, yeah. Inner Rebellion? Hmm. Inner Rebellion. Got a $2,000 card. All right. War Dog Nomads. The Nomads? I realize my model looks like real depressed when I kind of like tilt my head to the side. Like more in like a thinking face. I realize my model just looks terminally depressed. There's something about my model's face just like looking absolutely like disgusted. It's either I want to give you a hug or slap you in the face. I legitimately just like don't know. I don't. Like I'm thinking of certain wrestling. I'm like right now I'm thinking of certain wrestling groups that kind of have the Fire Nation. I swear, talks. I'm like thinking of similar wrestling groups right now that kind of have like the same idea. Oh, not the same idea, but like the same vibe to them as we do right now. And I'm trying to like, nothing really comes to mind. Wolfpack? I'm like 80% sure that's already taken. Warhounds? Aren't the Hounds of Aegis like already on CSW? Or is that just on ANW? The shit. No, no, they're on ANW, but fuck, yeah. Why does this thing keep smiling so damn much? Go to the corner. Just don't even say anything else, just go to the corner. You don't need to know what you did, just go to the corner. It's these things when it comes to like making up a team name that just really pisses me off. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to find a great team name, but this man is bringing up other team names. They're already taken. Like, I'm really trying to think, like, what could we... Damn. The League. No. Nick out the motivation for that one is the Justice League. I did not mean to make a bulk box out of that shit. No one's fucking buying these ones. Why is no one buying these? It's the same price on everything. What the fuck? Buy it for a face. This fucking guy. Sign that VTuber's a handsome man. War League. Sounds like illegal. Yeah. Yeah. Feels like most things with League in it just kind of don't go far. The Creed. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think the Creed would work, to be honest. Fallen Order. Fallen Order sounds like, when I hear that name, I imagine a group of dudes like that are more biblical evil, or like, how do I even explain it? Like, I feel like Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, and the Ascension together would have had that as a team name. I don't know why them specifically, but they have the vibe of like a group. Yeah, dark and ominous, pretty much. Pretty much, dark and ominous. For some reason, I couldn't find descriptors for that. But that feels like more of a dark and ominous group rather than like... Because I'm imagining Bullet Club's general vibe is just like silver tongue shitheads. Bar Boys. For some reason, I imagine Dalton Castle and fucking Ace Austin. Oh, shitheads. Alright. What, you got something, Tox? The War Prophets. The War Prophets. War Creed. be honest, I just don't see the create part working out. After this day in game ends, probably gonna swap off to a different game. Probably Limbus to finish, actually, since I was just mainly on this. Like, no, you bet I enjoy you on VC. What? Yeah. Deadshot Academy. Deadshot Academy doesn't sound bad. I'm not sure about the Academy bit, but Deadshot might be something we could work into it. First thing that comes to mind is like Deadshot Gang. It could kind of wait, Deadshot Gang? Like, it has all the feeling of like Outlaws. Yeah, it has all the feeling of like Outlaws and like, how else do I describe this? It feels like it's in the same vein as Bullet Club. Not in it does the same thing, but it feels like you could tell this is a group of quote unquote outsiders. Like just a group that kind of found each other and said, you know what, we're sticking with it. Deadshot Redemption. Alright. The latest spin-off coming to the fucking franchise. But yeah, I'm not against the Deadshot Gang. I'm not against it. Like, I'm not against that, to be honest. Like, I think that works. I mean, hey, someone run that by Smiley, and I'd say if they're up, we may find a new name. Because I already said this, but I like the way it rolls off the tongue. Like, you hear the name Deadshot Gang, and the first thing you think of is just like a group of outlaws that probably don't look or sound like each other, but they roll together. Kind of in the same vein that Bullet Club is. you get that same feeling of like these guys just threw themselves together and said, fuck it. The world, fuck it. We're back to back. If it wants to fight us, it can fight us. To be honest, I thought of Deadshot because I was thinking something like Headshot. Hey, you know? Fuck, that's a $4,000 card. 4,500. Is that enough? All right, well, that's getting graded. You get the fuck. What's good with you and going behind the fucking desk? God damn. Shit. That could be the tag finisher name, the Headshot. Yeah. Could also just be a finisher name. Technically, Phantom's move is the Headshot. Yeah. Why the fuck did that land on the corner? I even mean to do this. How the fuck does it just land on the corner? Oh, close. Obey gravity. Alright, I'm moving on before I start trying this. Olympic level balancing act from the box. Sign that motherfucker up for the Olympics, dog. Like, you and I have Magnum Opus, and me and Phantom have Chasing the Dragon. Oh, yeah, I forgot we were... Yeah. Then we have to finish... I feel like we need a combination. I feel like me and Talk need to have like a combo now. Then we all have to figure out one with Brad. I know we don't need to, but my brain is doing that weird thing where it's like we could. And I know damn well when it starts that I can't stop it. Alright. Let's jump over to Limbus. Let's jump over to Limbus. I haven't done much of that on the channel, so. Probably gonna be on Limbus Company till we end stream. But yeah, I have some ideas for the next game. Thank you for the water.
Falcontigger _34 says click click boom.
Huh? I can see it, like a 3-stage kind of move. I can see it. I can see it. Dozen fans could be wild Armageddon. You know, here's something I realize I do often. Whenever I'm thinking of a name of like a group or a faction, I imagine like Excalibur on AEW. I imagine him saying it with like... I imagine him saying it at just like max volume, like he's screaming it like it's the end to a match. Like, I'm not sure if anybody else does that. Not specifically with Excalibur, but like imagining a a commentator shouting out the name of the move or shouting out like anything like that. Just letting it rip. Because that's kind of how I kind of voice names out loud to see if it gives the vibe. I do that with Michael Cole. Okay, yeah. So I'm not the only one that does that. That's fair. Doomhammer for a move name? I feel like that could work if you have a very like retro style of gimmick. So something like a old school wrestler type of feel. Or just a ring general. I feel like a ring general could use that. Like LA Knight hitting a move named the Doomhammer wouldn't feel as odd as someone like, let's say, Javon Evans. Like a case where a name doesn't really fit the person doing the move, if that makes sense. Like this game is a 1 gigabyte update. I mean, it's gonna be quick, but yeah. But yeah. But I do like the name like Wild Armageddon. I just feel like it could be a bit of a mouthful. Is it that much of a mouthful? Is it? I don't think it's that, actually. Wild Armageddon. Setting up for Wild Armageddon. Actually, no, it's not that much of a mouthful. I'm bullshitting. It's not that much of a mouthful. Which, to be honest, makes me think like someone set up for a burning hammer and then tag partner stomps on them with the coup de grace while completing the burning hammer. Honestly? Honestly, that would be a cool combo. I'm not even gonna lie. That would be a cool combo. Hi, bullshit. I'm fucking nice to meet you. And oh, okay, my sound alerts just choose. Or it just has a fucking delay. Okay. The fuck was that? Shit took forever to go off and then suddenly just decides. Alright, fine. Jesus. But yeah. That was a fucking seraph.
I can smell you.
Why are you smelling me without permission? Why are you smelling me without permission? Hey. 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 You don't give out free smeller miles here, right? Cause you smell like Axe body spray. Still gotta ask for consent. Come on, man. You can't just go smelling people. Please, may I smell you? See, now that you ask nicely, yes, you are allowed. You may take a whiff. Now that you've asked so nicely, you know. Where is you? Hoist sinking. Another.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Ow! Why was that so loud? Fuck. Sinking and tremor, but she's more sinking than tremor, if that makes any like sense. I'd say we have time. Just get into 3.
오제트 감사. 시타는 나와 함께 좌측 구역으로.
I know my friend said not to
건물을 끼고 뒤쪽으로 크게 돌아간다.
uptie Dawn to 3 because that could have spoilers for the story. Ugh. Storing this armory are the very same gear my team and I have been using until just a few days ago. I remember receiving a report that there were abnormalities and distortions that were to exercise martial force to suppress. Upon hearing that, I came here and packed a few ammo cans full of anti-abnormality special rounds for the mission. I remember it as clear as if it happened yesterday. So how come they're all so faulty now? Sonar interference module. It got a snapped actuator cable. Impact distributive and attenuation unit. It's not even here. Default cognition filter settings are jacked up too. These were all functions that, while never used that frequently, were consequential enough that I was pushed to use them at least once while in operation. Something about this smelled funny. It was too precise and intentional to be disregarded as mere coincidence. Almost as if someone who possessed a comprehensive technical and tactical knowledge of each gear sabotaged them. The hell is this? Ma'am? Couldn't you know? I don't suppose there's any reason for you to knock. No, ma'am, I did not knock on account of this being an armory. So what is your business? Document for you, ma'am. It's a business letter. Latest release dimensional container issuance logistics notice, ma'am. Smiley agrees with Deadshot Gang. Then we know what our next title is. Latest release dimensional container. Must be referring to the wallet model I saw on the pamphlet some time ago. I do wonder if it really is necessary to place that gear again. Especially when the last renewal was but a month ago, but why not, I suppose. This company is disgustingly rich. I have no idea how they do it, but I keep picking up these partnerships with corporations and workshops, even snagging the rights to internally distribute their yet-to-be-announced projects as a test run. Guns up. When I see them eagerly issuing us gears loaded with singularity tech, which must have cost them a fortune in patent fees, it almost makes me wonder if they never even consider the idea of budgeting. Even the gears in this armory are all high quality. No, they're not just high quality, they're extravagantly top-notch. Well then, leave it on my desk and... Hold on. Do you know who was responsible for running last gear inspection? Of this armory? Technicians sent directly by the higher-ups at LCA, ma'am. They came in a few days ago to test their functionalities. From HQ? Yes, ma'am. By any chance, would you like us to run an inspection of our own? No. Don't worry about it. They already ran an inspection just a few days ago anyway. No need to concern yourselves with doing it again. Anyways, how's the situation down at research facility? According to a transmission from the 4 team, it seems like they're having a hard time getting a clear picture of what's happening within the facility. Regardless, the word is that the recon team of the Special Operations Unit might be getting deployed soon. The Spec Ops Unit? Are the portals working again? No. Strange. HQ response is too tepid, considering it's the research facility at LC under attack. Even stranger still, Wayfarer Corp, responsible for the development and service of backdoor portal stabilization technology for the HQ, hasn't reacted in any meaningful way to this rather serious breach of security. Perhaps they already talked this out with the higher-ups, but either way, this isn't something a mere team leader like myself should rack her head over. Would you like us to go on standby for deployment? Just in case? Say it like you mean it next time. Just take it easy for now. Yes, ma'am. I should inspect the rest of the gear in here. And that's everything. So the HQ employees left these gears in such states of disrepair, huh? They left these too neatly organized afterwards to chalk it up to mere negligence. What could this shady company possibly be planning now? Okay, we're talking about Smoke War. After the Smoke War came to a close, I wandered for a while, unable to find a place to settle, until one day I was scouted by a rather peculiar Grade 1 fixer office, which has mysteriously maintained its grade despite its further middling fame and performance by a mutual acquaintance connection. Terms of this contract, which were delivered to me with a heads up that we would later be a part of a corporation called Limbus Company. The game name. Were almost unbelievably lucrative. Although the role I was to take on was a simple team leader at a company I only heard of, I was offered an eye-watering salary. Those assigned under my command were nothing less than what one would call elite operatives. Despite those incredible perks, there were moments when I could not help but feel a certain chill running down my spine as I carried out the mission sent to us from higher-ups. Our next mission seems to me will be sent to obliterate a finger subsidiary known as the House of Spiders. Yes, now was one such moment. As a sudden chill again, that I might be swept up in a current much greater than myself. In the zone we're handling, looks like we're responsible for dealing with a proxy of the Index. It's once a star of the city all its own. We're gonna need a new strategy. Ujet Talia, cover the gap on your left. I'll take the right. Lost the target. Ma'am, how do you think the Prolicites would find out about this place? Through the prescripts? What else could it possibly be? Among the Index members who crashed the night, the ones who were wearing long capes went in so-called Index Nurse Father without engaging us. The Nurse Father had a rather nasty, almost fatal wound. But assuming that the Index members who were after the Nurse Father would provide appropriate medical assistance, survival was still a possibility. We suffered some heavy losses, but this is a rather acceptable outcome. Numerous rarely used functions and additional workshop gear you brought to this mission really came in clutch in this operation, ma'am. I thought preparing a wide range of options as possible seemed to be the most apt countermeasure against an enemy that's difficult to predict. That's all. As for our deceased, collect their gear and either incinerate it or crush their faces. Well then, time for the report. Come in, this is LCA Vanguard Team Mujat. Position secured, over. I sense it in that slight exhale coming through the radio. Surprise followed by marvel, and through it all, an undercurrent of annoyance. The listener was impressed by the unexpected success, but annoyed by the fact that said success undermined the real intent behind this mission. Is that so? Might as well have been confirmation of my suspicions. Now I know who sabotaged our gears in the armory. Any internal documents and bodies found on site will be collected by the after team. As for the handover relics to the LCA R&D team, we will be giving the relic handling task to a different party. Understood. Do you have any further questions? Negative. Listen, team leader. Please keep up the good work. Exactly as you are doing now. There are many questions to be explored upon my return, but at this moment I only had one answer to mutter back into the radio. Understood. Okay. So this sabotage caused in the story was from the inside, I think. At least this is what it looks like. Fuck, I gotta go back to the dungeons. Alright, Index Faust.
새로운 지령입니다.
7 dwellers of the backstreet who resist when a blade touches their throat.
당신들의 숫자와 같군요.
So,
수행하겠습니다.
gonna have to... Well, you cut me off. To Faust. Alright, one thing I have to explain, since I don't think anybody in this chat right now plays Limitless or knows Project Moon very well. The Index essentially are a group of... essentially a religious cult. I'll just call them a cult, because... cult-like behavior. Their whole thing is vibrations in the city that produce slips of paper with instructions written on them. And the Index's entire thing is handing out these prescripts to certain people in the city and having them carry it out. No matter what that slip of paper says, you have to carry it out to the letter. Certain ones are vague, certain ones are straight to the point, certain ones are so vague they make 0 sense at all. De facto, thank you for the 321 bits.
De facto _ fiasco cheered. X321.
Welcome in, brother. How you doing? But yeah, essentially, whoever gets handed the slip of paper with their name on it, they have to complete that task. And if I remember right, if you can't complete it in the course of a week, the Index comes in and fucking murder you. So if the paper says kill your best friend, you have to do it. Yes. You either do that, or in a week's time, if you haven't done it, the Index come by and they kill you. That's the whole thing behind the Index. Which is why I said cult-like behavior. This is really the only way you can describe, like, the Index. And the Index aren't, like, exempt from that same rule. If they get one addressed to them, like this character had gotten, they have to carry it out. They have to. Like, full on. They can't just deny it or say no. They have to carry it out. Which Far Cry has enemy faction? That's one of 5. Basically, the only good finger is probably the middle. And that's not a joke. That is me being very literal. Because the middle, the faction of the fingers that's called the middle is literally just a gang of people. Like, it's just a gang. But they're the closest thing you could probably have to a stable life if you join a finger. But yeah. Index. Very much. I really like Far Cry 5, to be honest. Yeah, fair. I heard it was good. Well, I heard a bit of mix. Which... Far Cry 5. 5 did not have the twin sisters. I know 5 didn't have the twin sisters. 5 was... I have not. My knowledge of the Far Cry franchise comes, like, mainly from videos I watch, and even then, I don't know a lot about it. I think Far Cry 4 was the only one I really looked into. If I was the one set in Montana. That's with the cult leader, right? It's with like the cult leader and then that one chick who like basically drugs your character. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then I know that one. I haven't played it, but I watched hundreds of fucking videos on it. Eden's Gate is the cult. Yeah. Yep. That's the one I remember. Consume your vocal cords boiled for 14 seconds in simmering salt water as part of your dinner time meal. So again, you kind of see what I mean when the index are not exempt from having to do the will of the city as they see it. So to Faust, consume your vocal cords boiled for 16 seconds in simmering salt water as a part of your dinner time meal. She has to do this. I think in a week. I think a week is the time limit set. So you have to do this in a week unless the prescript says otherwise. So in a week's time, if she hasn't boiled her own vocal cords and eaten them as a part of her dinner time meal, then she's dead. Like she's dead. And you don't get to re-roll prescripts either. Now, there are certain example intervals. Now, there are examples of vague prescripts that can, I don't want to say be countered, but more or less worked around. So let's say the prescript was something like, this is a very easy example because it was in a previous game. Something like put a needle into a birthday cake. Like a birthday cake you make for your neighbors, right? You have to put needles in it. The prescript said that you had to bake a cake for your neighbors with needles in it. One, it didn't say the neighbor had to eat the cake. And two, they never said you couldn't warn your neighbors that there is a needle in the cake. So instances like that is where you can accomplish the prescript, but also minimize damage. Yeah. So I'm sorry to anyone who was eating a slice of cake. I'm sorry to anyone who was eating a slice of cake, but yeah, this late at night, come on. Come on. You didn't need to eat it at the very top. That or you could put the needles at the very top. True. It never defined how deep in the cake it had to be, just it had to be in the cake. So instances like that is where a prescript can be vague enough to help you. But let's say your prescript says something like, the fifth person you meet, you must paint the visage of their soul and stab it, or you must stab the visage of their soul. Something like that. Something that's so vague, it's like, wait, what the fuck? How am I supposed to do that? You're just fucked. Like, if you can't figure that out in a week, good luck, you're dead. Because I know in the previous game they had a robot, or I think a person in a mech suit rather, that just apparently knew what the fuck it meant for no reason, even though it made zero sense at all. I don't know if that's universal, but yeah. And that's one of the 5 groups. Wait until we get to the Mafia. It's probably one of the most stable groups, but also one of the more abusive in its nature, but we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, that's the crash course of the index. Religious cult, if you don't do what your slip of paper says in a week's time, you're catching crazy work. So yeah. You better pray you get lucky every single week, because the prescripts are a recurring cycle. You don't just get one in your life. This is a recurring thing. So, needle with a cake on it, next week, could be you trying to stab the visions of someone's soul. The next week, it could be boiling your vocal cords in simmering salt water for 14 seconds as part of the dinner time meal. This is a recurring cycle. This is not just one and done. Which is one of the more scary things about the city. The fact that this is normal, and this is one of the groups with like power and influence, speaks to how twisted this entire setting is. And I love it. What if you're doing it, then something happens where you're no longer physically able to do it? Tough shit. Tough shit. Well, if you can't physically do it, you can't physically carry out the will of the city. Which means the city no longer has a physical need for you. I'm not joking. Like, legit. They do not give a damn. You either carry out that slip, or you get slipped out of life. Or you get slipped off the census. And with how many people in this setting die on a daily basis, there won't even be space for you on an obituary page. You'll be a small little hashtag in the corner. 2 syllables. At most. Be right back. Alright. What if it says assault your neighbor, but your fucking neighbor dies via index before you can? Well, in a case like that, I would say tough shit. But this is where you gotta get creative. The prescript never said your neighbor had to have a pulse. And beating on a body is still assault, is it not? That's where you have to get real creative. Assaulting a corpse is crazy. It's that or death. Take your pick, buddy. It is that or death. Take your pick. And that is one of the reasons I like this game. Its world is the most unforgiving thing. But it's not just dark and gloomy. There are parts of it that actually speak to people. But yeah, I can take the index. If you ever watch JJK... No, okay, that sound doesn't work. Basically, you're dead. I'm sorry. These are highly trained fighters. That's the worst part about it. If anyone physically tries to, throw hands with them, they're slaughtered on the spot. And they're wearing all white to what could be a bloodbath at any moment. That's how you know they're on bad timing. Give me gameplay about 500 healing potions that I'm winning. Ooh, brother. I mean, Project Moon was planning to make an open world hack and slash, so maybe that'll eventually happen. There seem to be more prescripts of this sort lately. Last time a proselyte? Proselyte? I'm gonna just keep saying prolecite. No. Proselyte. Yeah, no, proselyte. My bad. Last time a proselyte received a prescript telling him to grill their own head medium rare and serve it to their neighbor. Eesh. Okay, what happens if someone does fight back when the index comes for them and the person actually wins somehow? More index. You're going against a cult, bud. Where one falls, there will be another to replace them. How do you think they've kept this going for so long? Their recruitment rates are higher than their fatality rates. It's wild to think. They got a lot of bodies. There's only one case where a finger has basically been brought to its knees. And that was by one of the most dangerous fixers in recorded PM history. Like, one of the most dangerous motherfuckers. And that dude was going through a mental break when he did it, too. So that speaks more to how powerful that dude was than how possible it is to take out a member of the Finger. Does it not make you scared? The prescript knows all. And consequently, Faust, who submits the prescript, is equivalent in knowing all. Oh yeah, also, Faust is a raging narcissist. I think that just needs to be stated. Okay, new strategy. As such, there can be no place for fear. To Faust. Access the Gashel shaft and convert the unknown things into... Oh. Once again, they refuse to engage me, saying that there is nothing to discuss with a blindfolded Faust. And yet their inability to lower my access right and broke it completely must owe to the fact that I am Faust who follows the prescript. Get a finger to fight another finger? That has that happened before? I mean, there's been infighting. There's been like fights among them, but I think the last time like factions in the world actively started a fight, it was the equivalent to World War II, but with a whole lot more chaos. If you somehow get two fingers to beef, I don't know what would happen, actually. Has that happened before? I know certain groups have like fought before, but I don't think that fingers have actually went to war with each other. I don't think the fingers have actually went to war against each other now that I think about it. They kind of just stay independent of each other, really. Get them to beef, and while they're beefing, you sneak on by. You're gonna obliterate like 3/4 of the city. So be it, as long as the information remains available, the prescript's execution will proceed unhindered. The index fabric is woven by looms. Fabrics are obviously made by machines such as looms. If such mundane knowledge is recorded, then it is highly possible that the looms mentioned must conceal an alternate meaning. But just in case, I will set aside the particular piece of information and select another 3. Faust. Within 1 week, rendezvous with other prototypes at the intersection of Block B and walk the streets. Post prescript. Walk by following the prototype who arrives last. Texture of this slip is different. It's given to me by a messenger of another district. Wait, the prescript you received yesterday, didn't it tell you to eat your... It is rather outdated to think that one cannot vocalize without vocal cords. The fuck does that mean? Apologies. That wasn't meant as a demand for apology, but very well. So as long as I live, the city can go to hell. Congratulations, you made it past gate 1. What about 2 through 99? Like, I mean it when I say this entire setting is made to kill you. Like, it is literally the equivalent to hell. What's wild is, it has some of the more inspirational stories for being an environment that is literally tailored as hell. I think I now understand how to carry out this prescript. Really? It seems so... quite cryptic. How do you plan to execute it? I'll tell you when we meet again. To Faust. Climb to the rooftop of a building 3 stories or higher and wave your hand while looking down for 1 minute. Well, that's an easy one. Simple enough. And that is... I received a prescript telling me to deliver extra fabric to you. It's been a while since I last received more fabric for patching. Congratulations! If you receive it once more, you'll be able to lengthen your cloak. All right. That is just the most sarcastic fucking comment, perhaps. By the way, how did you carry out the pre-script from last time? You said you'd tell me when we meet again. For an entire week, I kept walking around intersection at Block B. I walked for a wide loop with neither a start nor a finish. That way, I was able to fill out the pre-script even when new parasites joined the group. The way you're processing the pre-script may grant you a sword of your own rather than a mere fabric. Because that is where the pre-script leads me. Climb a building and wave while looking down. Oh, so be every anime high schooler girl ever. Got a pre-script, not much time. Need tailoring, give fabric. Sailor has arrived. I must take my leave. To Faust. Enter as the third customer of the day to a restaurant that sells chicken and leave last. Start a game of hide and seek with at least 3 people. Return home as the it. That's just fucked up. Start a game of hide and seek with at least 3 people. In the middle of the game, leave. That's essentially what this means. Just leave in the middle of the game. Leave them high and dry, hiding. Never actually go find them. Just dip. Read 6 books and then visit the district that appears in the last book. Last book read, no time limit. Oh, okay. But yeah, this is what So, I had to make an addendum. It's not a weekly thing, it's a daily thing. Which makes it even worse. I thought it was a weekly thing because I was thinking of something that happened in a previous game. But I don't even remember if that was actually a week. I just assumed it was a week. But yeah, it's a daily thing. And unless it specifies otherwise, like this, no time limit, it just, you know, you have to get it done by the end of the day, apparently. Which is even worse. This means to Faust. Kill the liar within the alley. Okay, no, I wasn't reading that wrong. Kill the liar within the alley within alleyways. What? Seems you haven't followed the prescript for quite some time. There's no explanation as to why a messenger's long cloak would be sliced through with such ease. Who the fuck is the liar? No idea, but he's within an alleyway in the alleyways. He's within the alley within alleys. So alley square.
You just made the list!
he's just, there's a liar in an alley square that you need to take care of. Ice him. I don't know what the fuck that means, but hey, city wants me to. The prescript knows best.
FBI, open up!
They are the FBI. Well, not really the FBI. The FBI is way more lethal in this game. Don't pay your taxes, get an entire fucking ethereal pillar to crush every bone in your body. How would you know who the liar is? Time to just keep murdering motherfuckers until you find them. Pray you do. This is what I mean when I say they're so vague. It's literally just a gamble. Like, you literally gamble living in this part of the city. It's a fucking gamble just living in this part of the city. I'm assuming the liar... Oh, the faint-hearted messenger. So, the liar was the one she was talking to, who kept saying, oh yeah, I got mine done, you know. Just, mine said to bring you more fabric. He was the one that was lying. He was the liar. Kill everyone you see and pray they're a specific person I meant. Hey, it's either that or you die. You better get murdering, pal. The different texture of the slip, the instructions had become too intuitive. The unlimited deadline, as though someone had intended to allow me some room for flexibility. It all seemed too convenient to be true. It wasn't hard to deduce the liar's identity. Never mind, Faust just knew who it was. Wait! Within this, I will be able to kill the liar. I was only undertaking the prescript myself. I was told to make false prescripts and produce them, distribute them to parasites. Here, look! Interesting. That, however, doesn't seem to be the direction in which the prescript intended to lead you. What? I mean to say that not following the prescript could have been a better way to serve its will. You see how none of this shit makes sense? So, distribute fake prescripts to the parasites. Gets you killed. Why? Because the city meant for you not to follow that prescript. To not give false prescripts to other parasites. See where this gets confusing? Like, the shit is rigged for you to lose. I'm not joking. But that makes no sense. That's not... A warning, perhaps. It's not one that must be so easily swayed by what is visible. The game was rigged from the start for the liar. Also, New Vegas shit. Yup. In this city, there are two people. The house and the victims. And buddy, you're never the house. You are never the house. I am already at, hold on.
심야의 숙청을 담당하던 우리가
Let's go 25. No, that was Yisang. Fuck, that was Yisang, not Faust. I'm an idiot.
밤이 깊었으니 초대장을 써야겠군.
I forgot Gregor breathes while he's doing these lines. That breath scared the fuck out of me. I thought someone just fucking dropped in out of nowhere. Does the house have to follow the prescripts at least? Oh yeah. Well, no. The house, I would say, is the head, and they aren't in this district of the city. All this happens, if I remember right, within one district of the city. So if you're in that district, you're gambling with your life. If you're outside it, you're gambling with something else. There is no good part of the city to chill in. Straight up. No good part of the city to chill in.
하나씩 차근차근 그어서 되갚아보죠.
Yeah, this is moving to the middle fingers territory. Honestly, you'd be better off. You really would be better off in the middle fingers territory. Because the most you have to do there is just not offend them. Like, mind your business, don't offend them, and your name won't be put in the Book of Vengeance, and they won't have to literally torture you to make everything quote-unquote justified. Joining them would be like, whose ass do you want me to mug? The funny thing about the middle is, like, they're technically just kind of karma. Like, their whole thing is being a karmatic force. Not for good or evil, but just in general. You wrong somebody, you usually have a middle at your door who's like, yo, so, let's talk about how you mess with one of the members of this group, right? Yeah, that's gonna get your ankle rotated 4 times. I'm not joking. 4 times. Offending a member of the middle can get your ankle rotated 4 times. You are alive for this. They will not let you kill yourself. Because to them, that's karma. You fucked with them, they fuck with you. And it is not enjoyable to either side. Even though they kind of carry it out of their own merit. Funny enough, the most fair finger out of all of them. The only finger we don't have information on is the pinky. The ring. If I could describe the ring finger, imagine the guy who wrote the entire series of Saw. But instead of writing a book, he made sculptures with viscera. Like organs, skin, bones, all of it. Art through gore is the best way to describe the ring finger. And the thumb is the mafia group, where anybody who's higher than you could just beat your ass for no reason. I just get you wanting to beat shit, beats the fuck out of you, borderline to death, and then says, alright, you know what, yeah, that's good, don't disrespect me again, walks away. Lets them rotate my ankle knowing I'm already numb. They just do something else, man. The middle's main thing is literally, yo, you need to, like, this needs to be justice. If you don't feel it, it's not justice. Like, I'm not joking when I say they're a karmatic force. And still somehow the most fair. Like, they mean that shit. Funny enough, the Pinky is the only group that we know absolutely nothing about. We have seen one member of the Pinky, and he just seems to be more focused on trying to figure out, like, the best way to achieve humanity. Tell you what, you don't roll my ankle and I kill the next person on the list for you. If that somehow worked, you would literally be such an anomaly. Why is the Gregor smoking? Like, I know he's low on overheated fuel, but why is the Gregor smoking? I just realized I said that. Seems like a fair trade to me. It has to be a fair trade to them. I just realized he hit Heathcliff. Why did you hit Heathcliff?
그래서 어떠라는 거지? 경계. 그걸 꼭 말로 해야 하나?
Was I using the wrong skill? I think I used the wrong skill. Shit. You don't roll my ankle and I work for you for a year. The middle is... You don't really leave the middle. Sadly. Oh, this is my favorite line in the game. I'm not joking, that's my favorite line in the game. Just because she starts off shouting in your ear and then just runs off. I don't know where the fuck she go, but she just runs off like a fucking crack fiend. She just stomped off, right? And I don't know where the fuck she went, but she went somewhere. Fucking Don Quixote just took off for no reason. Like, the fight was already over. She wanted to go running. It's one of my favorite lines in the game. Wherever she is, wherever she went to is dead. You're right.
뛰어난 병사라도 적재적소에 쓰지 않으면 무위무능한 법. 우선 전황부터 살피지.
형국 정도는 읽었다. 나머지는 칼을 휘두르는 남인가.
Hell, have no fury like angry woman. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Maybe I shouldn't have charge units on like a mono blunt team. Just feels like more management than it should be.
집속불 뇌파 충전.
옳다.
차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋군.
Sorry, I was drinking water.
자가당차기로다. 흔치 않은 기회니 이 틈에 승기를 붙이자꾸나.
차 부서질 테다.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
적의 팔다리를 끊었군. 이제 전력으로 쳐라.
I should have saved my mirror dungeon run for today. Could have done that.
차 부서질 테다. 장부에서 삭제.
큰 흐름을 뒤집은 건 아니나 좋은 움직임이로구나.
집속불 뇌파 충전.
지바이에 의뢰했다면
최선의 방어를.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
와르르 무너지는군. 성탄절 장식색으로 알록달록하게 찢어줄게. 큰 흐름을 뒤집은 건 아니나 좋은 움직임이로구나.
Hey, you're at 6, so that one makes sense. Hey, you gain charge from your skill 3, funny enough.
집속불 뇌파 충전. 휘말리기 싫으면 비켜!
I just saw one of the big monsters in Fallout in the TV show. Which one?
실수일지 의도일지.
Funny enough, I still have
제대로
to
헤아릴 수
watch the
없다면
Fallout TV
그
show.
용도를 고민하는 것이
Deathclaw?
상식이지.
Yeah. I watched the new episodes yet? The flip she does before she just slams someone's head into the ground.
좋아.
Sorry?
장부에서 삭제.
No, you don't have to apologize.
양떼들이여 멈추지 마시게! 멈추는 순간 물어뜯길 것이야! 그대들의 본인의 두꺼운 뿔을 믿고 앞으로
You see the new My Hero game trailer? I didn't know My Hero got a new game. I wanna... Oh. Okay. Just on the draw. The fuck are you staring at? I want to try to pull for this Don Quixote, but I know there's gonna be a fucking Walpurgis like any minute now. I already know what's gonna happen. I know my fate is fucking set, dog. I'm waiting until tomorrow to get paid so I can get the pass. Oh yeah, Heathcliff got a charge. It's like a new arena fighter and Loki looks pretty good. Alright. Oh wait, I forgot to claim them all.
믿지 않았군. 나는 분명 가위를 내겠다고 했을 텐데.
Also, if you're wondering what that sound was, I have a lighter.
I can smell you.
Without permission? But yeah, I have a Zippo lighter. I don't smoke. I just have a Zippo lighter because I wanted one, and this one had like a Cthulhu look, and I thought it was cool. How high am I up to? 59. Is all of this unlocked after... Yeah, after the 15th, all of it is unlocked. Alright. I just wanted a lighter because it was cool. I mean, it is. Why did my voice do that? It is. It is cool. Like, the lighter itself looks like the book. Well, not the book, but like in the story there's like a mural with like the words and the name Cthulhu on it, and the lighter actually has that design on it, and I thought it was cool, so I wanted it. I have very limited use for a Zippo lighter, but I just wanted it. I got it as a Christmas gift to myself. Why? Because I wanted a flip lighter. Water. I already did the mirror run for this week. is not a team made up of IDs that work. This is just random IDs. Before anybody thinks, yo, what kind of synergy is this? There is none. I try to keep this updated. Note the choice of the word tried. And his children, and this children's how we become pyromancers. Okay, personally, if my kid could control fire, that's cool. But I will also not let him near anything in the house. The last thing I need is him crashing out over some random stuff, and now suddenly I don't got a place to live. Actually, no. Cockcliff came out after W. Heath. Did he? Yeah. Cockcliff came out after Heath. Otis' latest was this one. Christmas event. That was Otis' latest. Sinclair's latest. What was his latest ID? I think it was... Was it this? Pyromaniac. Ah, okay, makes sense. Also, I'm going back. This is the latest. I think Sinclair's last ID was the U branch. Because Thumb came out before that. I know all these came out before Middle. I think Thumb came out right between Middle and U branch. So it would be U branch. And that's all the most recent. Fuck. You. Alright, going back to Blunt. You have one Blunt, 2 Pierce. You just have Blunt through and through, so I'm keeping you. Honglu, you have no... Well, besides K-Corp, but I'm not using K-Corp. I guess Dieci. Dieci? You have a Blunt... Oh, it's your skill 1. I don't fucking care. Alright, I guess we're keeping Reindeer, but we're not using them. You're fine, 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 you're fine. Do you even have a Blunt? Do you even have... You have one skill that's Blunt. Yeah, you have a skill 1. You have one skill 1. How does an ID with a hammer have a pierce skill? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Somebody was gonna try to answer that.
H사와 89의 안내는
전가요? 자,
연료는 잔뜩 준비해뒀지.
바로 가지. 이 지정 보호 구역의 소요 사태 확인.
컨제스천 클리닝 아머 장비 장착까지 앞으로 1분. 주먹으로.
이번엔
출발.
개체 유형 확인.
Metal Pipe Club. Christ. We'll get this last bit of a run through.
주분께서 너희에게 거는 기대가 크더군. 최선을 다해라.
주군께서는 사소한 실수로 책 잡지 아니하시니 너무 긴장하지 말고 임하게. 위험인물 발견. 제압할게요.
Thank you, Otis.
옳다.
Is she? Thank you.
실수일지 의도일지.
저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면
다른 놈이
그
뛰어들었나?
용도를
How does this
고민하는
stuff
것이
work again?
상책이지.
When hit by enemy, 5 vendetta mark. Other ally, 2 vendetta mark. There are no vendetta marks.
다른 놈이 뛰어들었나?
Oh wait, I need 3. I can't read.
대가리 딱 떼도. 타! 으타! 더 먹어치워라! 차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 좋구나.
This Roja is just an eternally good discard unit. Also, one thing I actually found out recently, there is a place not too far from me that actually sells older consoles
적의 팔다리를 끊었군.
for like near their original price when they came out. So maybe if we're lucky, if I get the money, I could go in there and see if they have like an Xbox, since I know I have some N64. I did see 1 or 2. I did see 1 or 2. But yeah, I was planning to, if I could, go over there and probably buy maybe a... I was probably gonna buy an Xbox. Not like a 1, but like a 360. Because there are a few games I know that I still have on Xbox that I could probably do a full-on series of. Like since Fable 3 is a series I want to do. I know a lot of people don't like Fable 3, but I think it's good. They just stopped selling Steam keys for it. Halo Reach. I'm pretty sure Halo Reach you can get it on PC. I was thinking more in the sense of like games that aren't like, yeah, you can get Halo Reach. Well, actually, wait. This is DLC for Halo Reach. Oh, yeah, so if you get the Master Chief Collection, then you can get the Halo Reach DLC. My Kingdom for Halo Reach Master on PlayStation. Yo, what's going on, Bad Cow? But yeah, if I go to that store, I could get a Xbox, like a 360, and then just I don't know. I'm thinking doing like the Fable franchise would be nice, because I have not played Fable 1 or 2. I've only played 3. And I know if I ever tell that to a Fable fan, they'd probably slap me across the face or console me like a traumatized child. Probably both. I'd probably be both. Do they sell retro games or just consoles? Games and consoles, funny enough. I was actually surprised by how many they had. So eventually, when I scrounge up the money, I'm definitely gonna go and try to figure that out.
판도는 유리하나 교만하면 뒤집어지는 법.
그래서 어쩌라는 거지?
경계. 대가리 딱
So yeah, I was thinking about getting a Xbox from there. Maybe if I'm able to find like, well, actually, Fable 1 and 2 are on PC. So to do, yeah, because it's Fable Anniversary.
자, 양떼들이여 멈추지 마시게! 멈추는 순간 물어뜯길 것이야! 그대들은 본인의 두꺼운 뿔을 믿고 앞으로
Bye, Don Quixote. Okay, so Fable Anniversary is Fable 1. Then there's Fable 2, which is on Steam. I'm pretty sure. Is Fable 2 not on Steam? Is Fable 2 not on Steam? I thought Fable... No. Really? Could have sworn Fable 2 was on Steam, or did they take it down? Fuck, I know Fable 2 is gonna be so much harder to find. Oh, I know it's gonna be so much harder to find. Fuck. I mean, there's a lost chapters, but that's... Wait. No, lost chapters is just one. Fuck. But yeah, like if you ever find any old DS or GBA Pokemon games there for under $100, get it and flip online. Trust me, you'll make a profit. I just saw a copy of Pokemon Soul Silver on eBay for like 220. Yeesh. I'm not sure if I could flip somebody's childhood like that, dog. I'm not sure if I could do that. Like, maybe that makes me weak, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be much better than scalpers. Yeah. I'll see what I can do there. Because I do actually... I want to play through the Fable franchise on stream. Because it would be my first introduction to 1 and 2. And then me going back to 3, which it's the game is one of those games I played a lot as a kid, so I feel like I want to go back to it. I really do want to go back to it. Listen, it wouldn't have been in the store if they hadn't already sold it. But yeah, we're probably gonna end stream here. I think we've gone far. We have went like 30 minutes over though, so I'm gonna end stream here. I will put up a poll as to like, well, probably what the next series will be. Because I have a few ideas for what the next series could be. Right now in my head, it is... I have 3 games that I know could be fun. Cyberpunk, since I finally got the Phantom Liberty DLC and I wouldn't mind replaying through it. Spider-Man Remastered, because I did get gifted that game, and there's a chance, right? I'm just hoping that it would run with my model. If not, you're going to see a PNG. Or Ghost of Tsushima. I got that game from a friend. I got that game from a friend and I was super hyped when I saw it. Those are 3 options that may be up on the list. Hard choices, yeah. So those three might be on the list. I might try to see if any other games I have that I haven't played yet I can put up there. I know actually Control might also end up being on that list because Control 2 is coming out and I really want to play through the first one. I've somehow went this long without knowing anything that happens, even though I've watched people try to break it down and got completely lost. So yeah. So Control might be on there. What other games? What other games? What other games? I think I might have to find others. But yeah. Those are 4 options on the board already. In February, Resident Evil Requiem comes out, and I am playing that on the fucking channel, so if I gotta stream twice a week with a busy work schedule, I will make that some bitch work. Bioshock? You know what? I could also put Bioshock on there. Alright. I only played 1, so 2 and 3. 2 and Infinite would be up there. I mean, hey, it could be a series. But yeah, I guess I can actually just put them up right now. So let me go over here to announcements. Actually, hold on. Let me capture Discord. Appear, child, appear. I'll leave the music playing in the background. I think it's very peaceful. Should be showing. Also, not really for a series, but you and your friends are streaming a game of Mario Party as a one-off could be a fun idea. I feel like I would curse them the fuck out. I would despise every single one of my friends. It'd be beef on sight. Y'all would hear some of the most atrocious words ever uttered between people who assumed they were each other's friends. Like, that is the way I would truly become lonely. If I really need to break up a friend group, it's either Mario Kart or Mario Party. Either way, Mario's wrecking lives. Sounds even better. I'll see what I can do, maybe. Maybe we'll get together for a game. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the next big series on the channel to be voted on. We're gonna... When was the last time I actually did a poll? I think multiple votes were allowed. You know what? For this one, only one vote is going to be allowed, make it a little bit more difficult.
나쁘지 않군. 귀를 닫고 눈을 가리고 침묵을 지키는 자에겐 백년의 평화가 따르는 법이지.
Cast but one vote for the lineup. Take your choice now. Create a poll. What will be the next big series? Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man Remastered. I said Ghost of Tsushima. And you make sure I'm spelling that right, because my dumbass would definitely mince the word. Date added to library. Tsushima. Yep, got it. Spider-Man Remastered, Ghost of Tsushima. What else did I say? 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 Control is up there. There was BioShock. Infinite. Cyberpunk, right? Thank you. Thank you, Falcon. That is why you were my favorite, Cyberbird. And we will give this, say, a week. We are not allowing multiple answers. Everyone gets one vote. If you're trying to get yours rallied behind, you better make a good case. You better be going off in the Discord like politicians. But actually keep your fucking promise, alright? Don't go swindling the public. All right, the poll is up live. What would be the next big series in the Discord? If you are not a part of the Discord, please join, jump in, have some fun, watch some chaos. Why not? We're bullshitting around there most of the time anyways. But yeah, go ahead, join the Discord, cast your vote if you do. This is so hard for me because you have some of my all-time favorites games on there. You gotta rationale, buddy. But next big series, the choices are Spider-Man Remastered, Ghost of Tsushima, Control, BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite, and Cyberpunk. It does include Phantom Liberty DLC if we get through Cyberpunk, because fucking Phantom Liberty is. So you're like, come on, y'all often people been talking about that. But yeah. Votes in the Discord have gone live, already 5 votes. I'm not gonna look until maybe tomorrow, maybe a few days. I'm gonna give it a few days. I'm not gonna look at what people are voting for already. I'm gonna keep it as a complete surprise to myself. Complete surprise. But I know all 5 of these games are ones that I wouldn't mind playing. I know I would actually enjoy the hell out of playing all of them. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for just shooting the shit with me for 3 hours, doing random stuff, running a card shop, and then proceeding to watch me probably really poorly dissect Limbus lore and Project Moon lore in general. I'm not that good. I don't remember a lot, but damn it, I will try to sell people on this game. This is actually a really fun game. The story is really good. Combat's simple, but there are some fun mechanics. Gregor, stop smoking. It's like telling a man to stop being a man. De facto, thank you for the 321 bits. Justin Reside, thank you for the raid from earlier. And once again, thank you all for watching. It is really, really appreciated. You guys for being here, even though we weren't doing anything really structured. It's fun. It's awesome. It's nice to talk to you guys every once in a while. But with that said, I need to check if Duck and Fox are still alive. I hope so. I hope I didn't miss them. It looks like they're still alive. How far are they? Because I know it's been about like an hour-ish. And if they're really far in the card, then... Oof. Yeah, it's only about an hour. Their shows usually go for like an hour or two, so... we are going to go raid the RGB right now, streaming NWOW, all Neo Women of Wrestling, all women's EFED. He runs with his loud and proud co-commentator, the moderator, aka Mighty Fox, aka whatever the hell you know him as, whether it's in the ring or on mic. These two are hilarious. These two are funny. They got a bunch of energy. Honestly, they're just really cool people to be around. Funny enough, one thing I do want to mention, not really my event, but it's his, so I thought, hey, why not spread the word a little bit. On the 18th, Fox is actually hosting a GCA VR meetup. So if you have VR chat, you could probably jump in, join, and just shoot the shit for a few hours. I'm gonna try to be there. I have to get my headset set up, but I'm gonna try to be there because I don't really get that many opportunities to go on VR chat anymore. During the pandemic, I was on there like crack. Now, no, not really. Gotta download the game. I mean, you have until the 18th, around 12 p.m. Eastern. You can convert that to whatever time zone you're in. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. I'll see each one of you beautiful people in the next one. Feel free to say it with me. Sayonara. I should probably have like a 3, 2, 1 or something. Shit. All right.